official. In 2 days' time, the draw for the qualifiers of the 2026 World Cup will be held. Ghana will know its route and who they'll be facing in the lead up to the qualifiers that will begin in November 2023. 48 countries will represent the world. 48 countries will be represented at the biggest World Cup ever in history, as Africa will have as many as 10 participants. And Ghana will be looked to be in there once again, as we are in pot 2. Thursday is the date to mark in your calendar. The date for the draw is on the 13th of July, 3 p.m. GMT on CAP's official social media handles. You'll be streaming it there and you can watch and catch it there. It will be interesting to see what happens. The Ghana Black Queens have departed for Conakry, Guinea for the game versus Guinea in the Olympics qualifiers. The men's team, unfortunately the under 23 team, could not make it all the way and qualify. It's time for the Black Queens to see if they can get into Paris 2024. We wish them all the very best. But today my focus will be on Coach Akonnor and David Duncan, who, according to reports in the media space, have not been paid their monies in full. Monies owed them after their stint 2 years ago with the Ghana national, 3 years I'm sure if I'm not mistaken, with the Ghana national team in 2020 when the pandemic hit, and unfortunately things did not go according to plan. We're going to hear the details of that story. We're also going to talk about PLK Thessaloniki new man in Babaraman. He has returned to the club for a 2-year contract, and Fenerbahce have secured the services of Jiku, who has said he's ready to go on this new challenge. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. We'll jump right into it and talk about Akonnor and David Duncan, who were dismissed from their posts as head coaches of the Ghana Black Stars, I think 2 years ago in 2021. Unfortunately, things did not go according to plan for these men when they were at the helm, and they had to be let go. And now, looking forward, they have still monies owed them from their time with the national team. And considering the fact that yesterday the FA president was making some out really crazy promises, and also talk about how he's going to provide a lot of things for clubs, it was interesting how payments of national team coaches, although I know probably it's not their mandate making those payments, they have to be at the forefront of that. National team youth coaches are not paid salaries, but Tanko, a highly rated coach himself, was paid based on bonuses from winnings and per diem. It was quite shocking to have that revealed to us. But ex-coaches of the Black Stars are still not paid, and Akonnor and David Duncan have demanded the payment of their 2 years unpaid arrears for their tenure as coaches of the Black Stars. And now Akonnor, who served as head coach with Duncan as assistant, are still owed a total of $275,000 2 years after leaving their positions. Both coaches were appointed in 2020 on a 2-year contract, but their tenure was not extended after the Black Stars lost to South Africa in their World Cup qualifiers. According to a source who spoke to Graphic Sports, Akonnor, who is a former head coach of Asante Kotoko, is unhappy with the situation, and all attempts to resolve the issue have proved unsuccessful. The source expressed disappointment with the poor treatment that the two local coaches have received, although the expatriate coach Milovan Rajabak, who succeeded Akonnor, has been fully compensated. I'm aware Melo, who took over from coach Akonnor but was sacked after the disastrous campaign at the AFCON, was paid all his entitlements before leaving the country. How can we be so cruel to our own people? It is not as if the coach is begging for some money, but he is only demanding what is due him. Look at how he is being treated. I don't think it's fair, and the authorities must intervene to avoid any future embarrassments, the source lamented. The GFA is their contract with Akonnor promised to pay a monthly salary of $25,000 when he assumed the position of Black Stars head coach, in January 2020, and he was entitled to his full salary if he was dismissed before the contract expired. Unfortunately, Akonnor is still owed even 7 months' salary, amounting to $175,000, along with the remaining 4 months that he was supposed to serve with $100,000. Meanwhile, David Duncan, who served as Akonnor's assistant, had a monthly salary of $10,000, which is now in arrears of 4 months in addition to other benefits. And this is how we treat our own. I don't know how the contract was negotiated, was signed, what Akonnor's lawyers are doing about it, what they can do after they have done their utmost best so far. But I should think that this money is recoverable because there's a contract that was signed. If there's a contract that was signed, the lawyers can take it on and see that he is paid his money. But this just goes to show the culture that we have towards our very own. CK Akonnor has not been paid, and reportedly Milovan Rajabak, who took over from him and led us out of our group for the World Cup qualifiers and into the disastrous AFCON campaign, has been fully paid. What message are we trying to send across to local coaches? Are we trying to say we don't value them? Why are national team, local or youth coaches not being paid salaries? What's their motivation to work? What will make them do the right thing? What will make them call the right players? What will make them call the deserving ones? We have to create an avenue that will make for the best of conditions for coaches to work in this country. And the lofty promises that were being made yesterday at the conference, extraordinary conference, where to me, not tackling the basic things that need solving. The basic things. Why are coaches not being paid their salaries? Signed contract, CK Akonnor, David Duncan. Why? I thought I was done with this issue until I came across the news once again, and I'm quite disappointed. I hope they get sorted out. Maybe this source is wrong. I hope that as well. I hope that they've been sorted or are in the process of being sorted. I remember when the Minister of Youth and Sports admonished or came to talk about the fact that CK was coach at a time when Ghana was struggling and should be patient. He even told him to take a pay cut. The minister himself did not get a pay cut at the time. So why was he demanding CK take a pay cut? That being said, he took that pay cut and still that money has not been paid in full after 2 years. We don't value our own, and this clearly shows that. Your thoughts in the comments box on this. My next story has to do with Fenerbahce, who have signed Alexander Djiku for 3 years with an option for an extra year. He's officially been announced. The former Strasbourg defender will have the option to extend for a further year, the announcement by the club. Djiku took to Twitter to pen an emotional message goodbye to Strasbourg after spending the last 4 seasons with the French Ligue 1 side. I arrived here in 2019, 4 years ago, and 100 games later, I'm happy and accomplished man. It's largely thanks to the Racing Club de Strasbourg. I would never forget those moments, those crazy atmosphere, that fervor. I would never forget those moments at La Manière. Those crazy atmospheres, that fervor. Strasbourg introduced me to the European Cup. I had the honor of wearing the armband. I leave with a heavy heart, but I take with me a small part of you. He extended his gratitude to everyone at the club, including coaches, players, and the staff. All the players around, to all the employees, to the volunteers, to the staff, to the coaches, to the president, and of course the huge fans, to the supporters. You are the soul of the club. Quite simply, he added. Djiku will join Fenerbahce on a free transfer as his contract ran out. We wish Djiku all the best, who is raring to go and is ready to start the new season with his new club. Also, PAOK Thessaloniki officially announced the capturing of Abdul Paparaman, who had a good stint with them when he was on loan from Chelsea. He has also signed for 2 years, and we'll see if he can get regular playing time. That has been an issue through his knee injury that he had, Paparaman. It's great to see him back with the club. Chelsea have let him go. So that has been it for today. Barbara Man to start a new life with POK Thessaloniki after leaving Chelsea. Jiku excited with his new adventure in Turkey. Fenerbahce is his destination. CK Akonnor and David Duncan, according to this report here, yet to be paid their monies owed since 2021. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week.